We're using a coffin. These are some of the ones I have on display. Is it a mate of yours? I do have books you can take a look at. Hello? I asked you a question? I do understand. This is not a pleasant shopping experience for you. It ain't fucking Argos now, is it?
I can't believe it. It doesn't seem real, you know.
Real? I'm a fucking ghost.
I'm not sure it's sunk in yet. You never expect to outlive your children, do you?
I expected you to be dead long ago, Mark. It's a parent's worst nightmare. I have children of my own. Be life's best buddy. Forever and always in our hearts and memories. Still here with us even after death. Poor bastard must have loved his work.
Arthur over there. Oh, bless. They were meant to be wed.
That is such a shame. Some of the stories I've come through here, so many people have lost their loved ones. Business must be booming. Myself. Bollocks.
A horrible job for you.
It is. It really is. So much ridiculous, you know.
Oh, I'm not sure. Torn between the old oak and wood pine. Our son was a simple man.
Simple, man? Simple?
What do you think?
Well, see, I don't want a pissing coffin. I want to be cremated. Tell him, Flo, tell him. Are you alright? Of course she ain't. One thing to ask her.
It's just that the sooner we get out of here, the better. This place is giving me the creeps.
I'm here for it.
No, Corey, I know.
Get your hands off her, you bleeding bastard, you. I should have known you was a slice box. Try and make a move on her, aren't you? And you little tart, getting all doled up now. You hardly made an effort when I were alive, and now look at you.
I like the one you have at the back there.
Sorry, that one's not for sale. It was crafted by a good friend of mine. Very hard working he was. He kind of put me to shame. He'd be the first one in and the last to leave. In many ways, though, I do believe that his work was his life, as he never had no family or siblings, so he dedicated his time to looking after the dead. He'd always joked that the dead were the best kind of company, as they never spoke, always listened. In many ways, though, I do believe that he's on his way out, as a few weeks before his death, he began to carve into some coffin made out of some old wood he put his hands on. That's why I decided to keep it displayed in his memory. I do believe that sometimes I feel as if his spirits are among us, aiding me in my day-to-day work. It sounds silly, doesn't it? He's in there. Oh, no. We buried his body, of course. Good. I was about to say that.
Can we just pick one, please?
In a rush to get rid of me, are we?
I don't like it in here. I keep getting shivers down my spine.
It is a bit nippy in here.
I'm bloody freezing.
We should carry yourself up, morning girl. It's you, will you, please?
Didn't you turn your phone off?
Well, that's strange, but follow me this way, we can discuss arrangements further in my office. Hello? Who's this? They're food. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, pull the other one, mate, don't you? Now, come on, who's this really? You ain't getting your hands on my soul, mate, so think again. See you later. Why is there no pissing signal when I want to phone someone? This is all too strange. A few days back, I was down the dogs enjoying themselves with my mates. But they were a bunch of wankers, really. Especially Corey, Rick. Some best mate he turned out to be, eh? I always had my suspicions about him, too. God, I miss the taste of beer. Can't get served any longer. It's like I'm 16, praying the barmaid's going to take pity on me.
Can't make any physical contact with anyone living. It's sex. The sex? Jesus Christ, what I missed there. Me and Flo used to go out in like two jackboats tied up in a sack. She's younger than me, you see. Well, I'm 23. At least I was. And she's 19. And I know we're thinking I'm some sort of pervert, saying, but I ain't. I met her at a time in her life when she needed someone, and I was there like. I refused to sleep with her till she was 16. We'll be together forever. Obviously not. Miles cooking. Fuck me, I'm gonna miss that at all. Christ, that woman could cook a Sunday roast. It was even better than sex. I'll even miss past dreadful singing and karaoke. But when he took to the stage, I used to wish I could then. Just so I saved myself the embarrassment of having to admit that he made me. But now I'd give anything to go back and hear him murder Aerosmith, stone and close my eyes in the soppy fashion he did. Dragging me ma up on stage to serenade her like. I thought he was daft. Flo thought he was romantic. He never really did have a song like most couples. It's funny. The saying is, you don't know where you got until he's gone. You're not supposed to be the one that misses it because you're the one who's gone. Won't miss work though. I hated it to the very core. Such a boring job working in a tennis racket factory and weaving those plastic strings through those little loops. I don't even like tennis, I think it's fucking shit. I'm more of a footy man myself, like.
Sorry to interrupt your heart-wrenching monologue, but some of us are trying to sleep.
You're the man in the photo!
Ghost surprised to see a ghost. Now, if you don't mind keeping it down, I've got a long day ahead of me. Another body to embalm.
How are you talking to me?
Surely you should be asking yourself the same question.
Well, I have, but all I keep coming up with is either I'm really drunk or I'm stuck in some sort of weird dreamlike
State.
What?
Some sort of weird dreamlike state, right? That's what I thought at first. But after a year or two, you soon realise there's no going back. Just up or down, whichever way you want to look at it. Unfortunately for me, the lift's broken. I'm stuck here. Oh, and Charlie.
Charlie? Who's Charlie?
Just a friend of mine.
There's two of you here.
Yes. Charlie's a poltergeist. He haunts his place at night. I'm just a ghost. Like you.
Is this a difference?
Oh, yes. Ghosts like me and you can come and go as we please, walk through walls and all that stereotypical stuff. I just choose to stay here because I've got work to do. Whereas Charlie, well, he can't get out of these walls no matter how hard he tries. He just spends his nights throwing things around. He's a vengeful spirit, you see. He can't cross over and he can't get out of these walls. I'd be pissed off in this situation.
A poltergeist named Charlie? Are you having a laugh?
There's nothing funny about being dead. You don't believe me, do you?
Well, nah. But to be honest with you, I'm just struggling to get to grips I'm dead, let alone anything else. I mean, ghosts, poltergeists, phone calls from the Grim Reaper, it just seems too unreal.
So the calls have started already then?
Telling me he's really not. I thought it was someone pulling a prank on.
No, he's real alright. He used to phone me quite a lot, 3 times a day at one point, till I stopped answering. I stayed on the phone to him for 2 hours straight once, bored the life out of me. All he went on about was Top Gear and who he thought the Stig was. After that, I never answered again.
What's he ringing for now?
Normally, to see when you're thinking of crossing over. Find out if you've dealt with your unfinished business or not. Just so I can mark a date on his Jeremy Clarkson calendar. He's a busy man, as you'd expect.
Wait, I'm sorry, but this is fucked up, well and truly fucked up. The worst thing is I haven't had an erection in days. I used to stand to attention like an obedient soldier on parade at the slightest wink of skirt. But now there's nothing!
I don't know what you're complaining about. I couldn't get it up when I was living.
When it's Boris watching our flow in the shower. You're saying that watching a girl wash just ain't as erotic as I might have thought it was. But when I was little, I used to wish I'd been invisible for a day or two. You know, go wherever I wanted, to do what I liked when I liked. But this is complete and utter shit, it really is.
Yes, it does take a bit of getting used to, I'll give you that.
How long have you been dead for?
A few years now. What? What's that, Charlie? What? My manners? What about my manners? Oh, all right. Why don't you have a seat?
Because there ain't none. I had to do that trick.
It was Charlie, not me. Oh, he said, would you like a cup of tea?
A cup of tea, I never heard nothing.
Yes, a cup of tea.
Why don't he ask me himself?
He's shy. It's not night yet. Besides, you wouldn't be able to hear him anyway. It took me a while at first. I had to tune into his frequency. Do you want one or not?
Not got anything a bit stronger?
No, afraid not. Strong stuff what handed Charlie here in the first place.
What, he was an outfit?
No, you just got drunk one night and crawled in the furnace.
What a way to go.
Yeah, it was hopeless, poor Charlie. He used to spend all of his time round here. He'd visit the grave of his wife every day. And then one night, he gets drunk and breaks in here just to escape the cold. Makes his bed set in the cremator and falls sound asleep. Derek comes in the morning, fires it up without checking inside, and well, the rest is history. Did you take sugar in your tea?
Yeah, 3.
The sweet tooth you got there? 3 sugars, Charlie, and just a half for me. Gotta watch my cholesterol.
Why?
Wait, well, I'll make it 1 sugar, Charlie. Well, I ain't got time to be sitting down, I've got work to get on with.
Can't someone else do that, like? Sure, you can have 5 minutes, can't you?
It's my job to sweep.
Alright, comes out, just saying. Just most people of your age are retired by now, anyway.
You saying I'm old?
No? I'm just saying.
What? Oh, all right, just 5 minutes, that's all.
See, look, even your mate agrees with me. I'm Mickey.
Ernie.
Nice to meet you. Not much of a shape, I guess, then. You know your mates, your living ones? That was always a bit dull, like.
Boring, you mean?
They didn't use them exact words.
Well, I admit I may have been a little reserved when I was alive. But truth be told, they never made much of an effort to get to know me. We had nothing in common, what with the age gap and everything. And besides, I had other things going on, what with family problems and such like.
Family, but they said you didn't have one.
That's because I didn't speak about them, that's why. They just assumed, assumptions what make us believe we know a person. I may have been quiet on the outside, but on the in, I was screaming. Oh, here we are. Thanks, Charlie. Do you want a biscuit?
Yeah, okay.
Rich tea, plain digestive, chocolate bourbons or custard cream.
Ain't rich tea and plain digestive sort of the same kind of thing, though?
Your point?
Just take one of these, thanks.
Good choice. My favourite is shortbread, but Charlie has off with him, the scoundrel. So, what did you see before you know?
Saw the wedding bells as clear as day. Chimes loud as can be. And then it started raining yellow furry dots, strangely. I think they was tennis balls. Quick glimpse of the afterlife, you know, heaven and hell like. Then it got all fuzzy and that's when I woke like this.
What did you die of, if you don't mind me asking?
Fell down a manhole. Manhole. It's It's kind of funny when you think about it, ain't it?
That's what they call a cliche, Death. Let me guess, you weren't looking where you were going.
Nah, I was too busy texting, like.
Death by text, eh? You know, I've never sent a text in my life. Never been good with words, not even on paper.
It's just a text, not a letter.
But still, who were you texting anyway?
Oh, Flo.
You were supposed to be married, weren't you? Maybe that's your unfinished business.
It's a bit hard to finish it now, don't you think? And besides, even if I were living, I don't reckon I could afford it.
But you did want to be married, right?
Well, yeah, of course I did. I just didn't want to spend all that money working in a tennis racket factory. You really don't pay that much, you see.
I mean, you loved her.
Well, yeah, of course I did. I wasn't wanted to marry her now, would I?
Well, that's not always the case. Some people get married out of fear of just wanting to live their lives alone. It's more of a companionship sort of thing. Does she love you?
Yeah, of course she did. It's a bit hard to love a dead man now, ain't it?
Ever heard her for better or for worse?
How about till death do us part?
Yeah, you didn't get that far though, did you?
I'd have given her my life.
Lucky girl.
I suppose in some ways I actually did. She didn't cry as much as I thought, though.
Is that a good thing or bad?
Fuck do you think? She should be bawling her eyes out.
So you'd rather she be miserable?
Yes. Without me? Yes, I would.
That doesn't say much for your love. Surely you'd want to see her happy.
I've been dead 3 fucking days. Give me a bloody break.
Okay. Okay. You always like to think you'll be missed much more than you actually will. What really makes us feel wanted. And of course, it's not until we're gone we actually find out our worth. You know, sometimes the memories of a person can be far better than the actual presence of that someone. You know, the last thing I was supposed to do before I died was take my old sailing boat out for one last trip among the stars. It was only gathering dust, not as much as me. But for some reason I didn't feel up to it. I felt compelled to pull it apart and carve myself a coffin. And well, you make your bed, you've got to lie in it, right? I was diagnosed with a brain tumour a few months before.
Shit. Sorry to hear that.
You know, there's a big difference between just dying and being told that you are. So I thought, what's the point in going on one last boat trip in an attempt to clear my head when I knew I couldn't, not this time. I'd isolated myself for too long. I never got to know people. I never knew my own family. So I decided to make good use of the remaining time I had left and make sure I got a good burial. Give everybody one less thing to worry about.
You call that good use of your time? You're fucking crazy.
Isn't everyone?
True, good point. Don't you get bored here with just Charlie to talk to?
Sometimes. But you create your own entertainment. But for example, when I'm arranging the flowers, I like to spell out a word with the reefs like slacker, just to spook Derek. There are others like you being around here. You're not the first I've had float through it.
Where did I go?
Those who pass over, I have no idea. But the rest of them, the lost souls, they gather every night at a bingo all down the road.
Ghost bingo. I really have heard it all now.
I don't go very much. I went once, I didn't really enjoy it. And besides, Charlie doesn't like to be left alone.
Alone? Well, we're all alone. That's what you just said.
No, I didn't.
Yes, she did. What I don't get is why do you choose to be alone when there are others like? Your only comfort is seeing people like you dead on the inside and on the out go for a game of bingo for Christ's sake.
And you're suddenly Mr. Know-It-all?
What I know is what I see, and what I see is a man wallowing in self-misery. Your only comfort is seeing others like you dead on the inside and on the out go for a game of ghost bingo for Christ's sake. Live a little.
You're analysing me?
They always say your own medicine tastes the most bitter.
You hardly know me.
Don't know, so we've not been talking all this time, now?
Well, yeah, we have, but...
But what? Because I reckon I know you a little bit better than those two others that you work with. You ever talk to them the way you have to me?
Well, no, I didn't, but that's not the point.
Then what is?
What is what? You're not making any
Yes,
sense.
I am. The phone calls you used to get, but they that boring and you're just that afraid to open up to someone. Make a connection!
No, please stop! Would you listen to yourself? Make a connection! You sound like you're pitching for BT! And Besides, I've got someone to talk to, Charlie! I'm not even sure he's even real. Of course he is, sir! You made him angry now!
You know what I think you're the one who's caused all this, not Charlie. You're the one who's too afraid to leave him. Look, my point is, you opened up to me early. It took this fucking long, but you did it. You did it early. Suit yourself.
I did, didn't I? I did. Thank you so much.
Handshake would have done.
Charlie, get off the fucking toilet.
Hello? It's for you.
Oh, no, I'm not speaking to him. No. Tell him I'm right here. Tell him I went to bingo.
I just can't believe that, ain't it? I'm talking to him. Hello? Nah, sorry, you ain't here at the moment. It's just popped out. I'll take a message for you, though. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, alright, mate. I'll tell him as soon as he gets back. Top you? Nah, sorry, mate. Don't watch it. See? I ain't got a clue what that is. Ain't Michael Schumacher that rally driver? Yeah, well, anyway, got back. Time to tell you he's fixed the lift. And he wants to know whether you're ready to vacate the premises or not.
Wow, well, that must mean my unfinished business is finished. Looks like I'll believe in Charlie after all. Sorry, Charlie. Charlie! Oh, I think he's giving me the cold shoulder.
There's no one here but you.
I feel awfully silly now.
Don't worry about it. I once had an imaginary friend when I was 5. Well, we all talk to ourselves when we're lonely, don't we? It's only natural.
Well, I suppose I'd better get going. Thanks so much for everything.
Well, I told you.
Oh.
Just one last question, though. Why the fuck did you become a shitting undertaker?
I don't even know myself. Or maybe it's what you said. I was afraid of intimacy. God, I hate that coffin. Some of my worst work.
I'm glad you said it. Do you really want to be remembered for that pile of crap?
No, I don't.
Get rid of it then.
What?
Get rid of it. Go on.
What? What was it I spoke of? Oh, that was fun. It's like a release. I feel free.
I think this is where you get on. Or off, wherever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Well, once again, Mickey, thanks for everything. It's been fun for once. Just out of curiosity, and I'm not judging, but what was it you were saying to Flo in that text before you, you know?
Didn't get sent, it was too late. Earlier that day we had a bit of an argument, and she was saying I don't make enough time for her. Like most days I'll be working. The truth be told, I was usually down the pub on my days off with my mates. And I should have been at home showing I cared about her. She'd even sometimes question me whether I was serious about the marriage or not. That hurt the most. I suppose in some ways I'm just like you and I have trouble saying what I really want to say.
You?
Don't sound so surprised. Anyway, she said that she was going to leave me, pack her bags and go. Don't know where. Stumbling back from the pub half cut like when I got the text. My stomach just sank. I've never felt so sick in all my life. And it weren't the blues. I was about to lose the only thing that ever meant anything to me. Never said it before, but I was gonna. I was gonna tell her that I loved her, and she meant more than the world to me. And then I had to go and fall down a pissing man. Man, that was still kind of funny when you think about it, ain't it?
Well, why don't you just tell her?
How?
Send her a text.
I ain't tried bringing her, but it ain't no use.
Could leave her a message in the reef. She might see it before she leaves.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll get you some.
But, and you got to get going, like?
Yeah, I've been waiting years. A few more minutes won't hurt.
Nah, you get going. I'll take it from here.
Well, just make sure she sees it.
Yeah, I will.
Wish me luck.
Good luck. Wait. Do you want me to leave you a message?
No, I've said all I've got to say.
Come on, say it. Come on. Well, she's already left. She's been gone for some time. Maybe there's another exit or something. I wonder where Ernie's gone, up or down like. Actually, where the fuck am I going to go? I mean, I tried to be good, but that's what any man can do, really, is just try, innit? I suppose. If working in hell for the rest of eternity, he's working in a tennis racking factory, fuck it, I'd rather stay here.
I do quite like that one, yeah.
What the?
It's a message from above!
Wait, don't mind.
You silly bleeder. I always am. Oh.
What are you crying for, girl? Don't be upset.
Come here.
I think I'll leave these two things. How the fuck did the flowers get This is horrible seeing him upset. Just wish I could give you both a hug. I hope you can both hear me, because this is the only time you're ever going to hear me sing. Fuck it. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep, because I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. Cause even when I dream the sweetest dream will never do, I still miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing.
He'd be laughing at us right now if he was here. No, he'd be laughing at me.
Nah, he'd be laughing with her. Oh.
This is heaven for me right here. Now I can go out to that. I really should learn to keep my mouth shut.